Check, check. Hey, hey. Let's see here. Yo, yo. Hey, hey. I guess I'm live. All right. So, hey there. Welcome to Home Studio Rescue. This is Beat My Mix 7. So I'm going to go over the mixes. I'm still kind of, I don't know what I'm doing with this stuff. I got 4 mixes back for this one. Honestly, I feel like this is probably the last Beat My Mix I'm going to do, at least for this month. I'm not doing 2 this month. There might be, I'm going to figure it out in June. I've got a song that I've been working on that I'm pretty much done with the mix, so I might throw that one up in June, but I got to think about it. Honestly, hello to whoever's watching. Honestly, I'm a little bit burned out on YouTube right now. And yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm playing gigs with some bands this summer, and I have a lot of recording projects going on where I want to focus on that. I want to focus on writing music. And so that's kind of where I am right now. So yeah, a little bit of burnout. I was working 4 days a week at the church, and I just cut that to 3. And so that's helped out a lot. But I definitely have some stuff coming up this summer. I'm going to be going to Miami, which I've talked about before, and we're going to be recording there. So there will be Beat My Mix stuff coming, but I might take June off. I don't know. So for this one, I don't know if I kind of feel like maybe I oversaturated you guys with mixes. And hey Andre, how you doing, man? Good to see you. So hopefully you guys like this new time of doing it in the middle of the day. I know for those of you that are like in Europe or overseas, that maybe that gives you a chance to watch. I don't know. We'll see. You guys can leave comments. Let me know. What do you guys want? You know, is 1 song a month enough? I mean, like the 2 songs a month thing, I don't think that's working. I think it's a little too much. So I also don't know much how longer I'm going to do this for. Like, to be honest, I don't know how long I'm going to do this for free. It just, at times I don't know. It's been, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it right now. It's definitely been fun, but I got to think about it. But unfortunately, there's just a lot of other things going on in my life that I want to take priority. So anyway, I got 4 mixes today. I got Antonio, Giuseppe. Sorry, I spelled your name wrong there, Giuseppe. I see that now. Marcus and Vaclav. And also I put up a poll on YouTube. You guys can vote for your favorite mix out of the 4. And we'll see. I guess I'll let you guys know my top one. Hey Zach, man, thanks for joining the stream, my friend. Let's see. Yep, we're up to mix to Beat My Mix 7. So yeah, we're moving right along. This was a Blackbird track, so let's check out Antonio's mix. That's cool, Andre. Man, I appreciate the input. 2 a month. So it's a lot of top snare, or bottom snare, I mean. Some cool delay on the vocal. I feel like the guitars could definitely come up. That sounds good. It's that rhythm guitar that's a little bit missing. Let me know if the music isn't loud enough. The bass is definitely rocking. They are still available, the multi-tracks. I like the vocals. I like what you did to his voice. It's got a little bit of grit, not too much. Hey Christian, how you doing, man? I hope you're enjoying that CVZ or whatever it's called, the Arturia plugin. The only complaint I really have is that there's 2 guitar parts and one of them is not loud enough. Nice. Good. That's good. Thanks, Andre. And then toms sound good. Yeah, man, it's been a little bit of a grind. It's been rewarding, you know. You guys, I'll stop it for a sec. You guys, I mean, Zach, everyone here, Christian, all the, like, I feel like I kind of know you guys. I mean, you guys show up for these live streams, and that makes it worth it. It's just, you know, like right now, things are starting to get busy for me. I'm going to be doing some live sound gigs. I'm going to be playing bass in some bands. I got other stuff going on where I'm recording a lot and writing. I started writing my own record again. Since, like, the Green Light at the End band, that was me, and I'm back into doing that. And I'm looking for a steady drummer. So, you know, I'll also say with YouTube, I'm just, I'm talking about doing stuff for money, but I'm about to say something contradictory. I'm sick of how this platform is just kind of used to promote products. And if I want to make a video that's going to get views, it has to be about either Waves plugins, Universal Audio, maybe even Slate Digital. Like, if I've done that, the videos have gotten views and the channel does well, but the algorithm's a little bit off as far as like what it used to be. I used to be able to make search-based content and get views, and it's just a grind. And I mean, part of it might be that when it comes to me actually making videos, I'm still trying to improve on that. I'm probably not that great at it. Even 3 years in, I'm not consistent, but gigs and mixes, yeah, man, that's where it's at. And just, I don't know. To be completely honest with you guys, there's been moments of just depression, and it's not about this. It's just about life in general and stuff. And I have a really good life. You know, my life is cool. Like, I work 3 days a week. Most people have to work 5, and I'm doing music all the time. But honestly, there's just times it really does feel alone. I'm trying to get in the room with more people. Like, you know, I can write music, record it all by myself, but I'm getting sick of that. So anyway, back to Antonio's mix. So yeah, it's a lot of bottom snare. There's something interesting going on with the snare drum, Antonio. I feel like it's a little bass heavy. Overall, it was a pretty cool mix. Like I said, the main guitar, or the 2 guitars, one of them wasn't loud enough. The top snare drum needed to come up more, less bottom snare, but it didn't sound bad, Antonio. Cool mix, man. All right, let's check out Giuseppe. It sounds pretty good. Thanks, Andre. Yeah, man. I'm not going to quit. I like the mix. I want more top snare. For me, it's a fatter snare. I feel like I say the same things all the time, but a little bit more thump on that snare drum. Overall, though, it's a clean mix. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Zach. Yeah, that's the goal, is to try to help you guys get better at mixing. Help myself, too. I want to get better. Thanks, man. I'll be right back. It's a solid mix. Everything sounds really good. The guitars, they're balanced well. Thanks, man. I gotta figure out, once I'm done with these songs, I guess I'll talk about what it could look like to do. Those of you that have been around since the first Beat My Mix, I tried to roll out a membership that didn't quite work. But honestly, I've been trying to just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, and then do something that I don't want to lose money doing a membership. Oh yeah, man. I appreciate everyone's participation. That's awesome. Thank you, Andre, man. That's awesome. Just that you're mixing all the tracks, and Zach, just the whole thing of getting better with doing this mixing stuff, and then having feedback. I mean, and then too, like with what was the song "Falling Down," the Jason Harler song. You guys made me get better. Like I did a rough mix, but I didn't, I had to go back and really try to beat your mix. And it's been awesome. But as far as like, I don't know what, you guys can always give me input, send me emails. What do you want this to look like? What do you guys want the community to look like? Because I've thought about membership. I don't really know what I'd teach in a mix course that you guys don't know. A lot of you guys, like Christian, I know for like going over the mixes with you guys that you've done, a lot of the techniques I do. So maybe it's just a membership. Yeah, like I've learned a lot during this whole thing too. So it's really cool. But all right, I'm going to go back to Christian or Giuseppe's mix here. It sounds really good. The snare drum's the only thing that bothers me. I want to check out the vocals again. Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, it's a good mix. The vocals sound great. That's great, Giuseppe, man. Good job. So here's Marcus also. I'll save it so you guys can see. But this song is called UFO. It's from a band called The Milestones. And at the beginning of the month, they put out their CD that they recorded at Blackbird. They recorded the drums and the bass there. Let's see if I do this. This is the record here. It's called In Ruins. And if you guys want to support that band, I'll leave a link in the description to where you can at least follow them on Spotify. Just give them a follow on Spotify or wherever you listen to music. Or you could probably buy the record as well somewhere. But yeah, they're a great band. I've been honored to be recording them, mixing them. So they recorded it at Blackbird, drums and bass. They did scratch stuff there. Came back to Virginia. They're from Baltimore. Came back, recorded everything else in this room, a lot of the vocals, but towards the end of it, CJ became an audio engineer and he recorded the rest of the vocals. But we started they recorded that record in 2018. We were done tracking it. It was 14 songs. I think they only put out 9, and UFO isn't even on there, but UFO is an awesome song. But yeah, we were done recording. I think mixes we were done close to 2020, and then obviously COVID happened, and it's taken a while. And then they've got a new drummer. They're playing shows. I've played a couple shows, better than yours. Oh man, yeah. I don't know, Andre. Are you under Antonio? Sometimes I kind of get lost with it. Yeah, Giuseppe's is a good mix, but. Anyway, the Milestones are back. They're rocking and rolling. And also, CJ, who I'd like to get him on here and do kind of a podcast style thing. I might have to do a Zoom call because he lives about 2 hours away from me. But he's got a studio at the cabin. It's called Sill and Glade. And even though he's an audio engineer, he's been recording bands like the Barons. That was drums. That he recorded a lot of that record. He was the audio engineer. Long story short, the Milestones, supposedly we're going to be making another record, and I'm going to be audio engineering it and producing it and probably mixing it. So you guys will get a shot at those tracks too, but that's going to be way in the future. I don't know when that's going to be. All right, so the next mix is going to be Marcus, and I got a message from Marcus. I'm tempted to just read it just because I mean, I think the topic is relevant. I mean, you guys saw the whole Wave subscription thing, and I was one of the first YouTube channels, or one of the only ones that I knew of, that talked a lot about the update plan, which aren't fun videos to make, but yeah, I mean, that was something that pissed me off because you have to pay for your Waves updates. So Marcus basically said that Wave screwed him up. He had to uninstall Wave Central, reinstall it, and then it nulled all of his Waves plugins. Ended up, he had to revert back to V13, reauthorize, and now they don't work. And then he's saying that Windows 11, that Windows wants to update to 11, and he's worried about compatibility with his plugins in Studio One. So, and then any thoughts on updating your OS? And I wrote him back here, but I would be very careful every time, with Mac especially, when you update your OS. It can really screw up everything. So I'm going to do a search. I'll just say Sweetwater Windows compatibility list. Yeah, 11. Here you go. So Marcus, if you're watching this, man, just go do this search here. Go to the compatibility list, and then you can check out everything. They should, here you go. So they list, see where it says not supported. Anytime you guys do updates, if it's for a Mac, just type in Sweetwater Mac compatibility list, go to Sweetwater, and they're going to show you all the plugin companies, everything out there, if it's supported or not. So, but I would be very careful with it. Read this stuff, check it out if you're going to update. And then with Waves, let's go to their website, because they have that subscription model, which I know people, they went to a subscription model. They were going to completely do that, where you couldn't even own the plugins anymore. Like, you had to have a subscription, and then everyone lost their mind. And I want to see what the subscription is now. So you can get, the ultimate one is $250 for the year, which, for me, the updates were $240 once. They were $240 whenever I needed to update. I didn't have to update all the time. I mean, and so like right now on this Mac, I'm on Monterey, and there's some new one. I can't remember what the new operating system is, but guess what? I'm not updating to it right now, just because I don't want to have to pay for updates. Not only do I so for me, it was $240 for all of my Waves plugins. The last one, I only updated about half of them. And so with the update stuff, yeah, it was like I would update I tried to do it every 3 to 5 years, but having to do YouTube and all that stuff, I got to update pretty regularly. So I always had to pay for Pro Tools updates, which now is about $200, and you have to update Pro Tools every 2 years, no matter what. I mean, I think they went to that model where you don't even really own Pro Tools. It's a perpetual license or whatever. And then with Waves, I think you can kind of wait until you need to update to do the $240, but you could pay. They want you to pay $240 every year, and for this $250, that gives you all of their plugins. I mean, honestly, it's not a terrible deal. But when I spent over $2,000 on Waves plugins, and it's like, for them to pull the stuff they've pulled. I remember when I paid for my first Waves update back in 2014. I had them for 4 years. It's a pretty good run. And then I didn't know I was going to have to pay for the update, and it infuriated me. I almost was like, nope, I'm just done with Waves. But I use RBass a lot. I use their mastering plugins. But $25 a month gives you all of the Waves plugins, which they do have some cool vocal processing plugins. So $25 times 12, sorry, $300 a year. I don't know. I've thought about it for sure. I don't know if I would do the $15 a month just because I already have those plugins. But in order for me to just have every Waves plugin, $25 a month isn't terrible. But anyway, that's a little side tangent. Yeah, Catalina. Yeah, I was on Catalina for a while. Yeah, no, you don't have a polarity switch. I mean, you're right, man. They should just have it right on the interface here for each channel. I mean, I have to go in and do the whatever audio suite if I want to revert or pull up a trim plugin. But yeah, and I have a lot of people who are still on 2014 MacBook Pros or whatever. You're not right. You're not wrong, Andre. Yeah, man. There's so much stuff with Pro Tools too where it's archaic and just kind of like outdated, and their plugins are, some of them are okay, but hey man, how you doing? Circfin? Hey man, welcome. But anyway, all right, let's check out Marcus's mix here. He said it might be a little overcompressed. I am hearing that a little bit.
You know she tried to tell me, oh, that she ain't no good. Well, don't you never.
I hear something in the, it feels like, so there's probably noise in the tracks, which is something that, like if it's in the guitars, or like maybe something's just humming. I hear a little bit of a hum thing going on.
You know she tried
Humping.
to tell
Yeah,
me,
it's compressed.
oh, that she ain't no good. Well, don't you never come around to this neck of the woods. She plays her games.
Might be in the
She tugs at her dress.
might be in the bottom snare. Like it almost sounds like the snares are rattling. I mean, John, the drummer, wasn't playing the snare for a lot of that verse, so
Neck of the woods.
that might just be the snares rattling, really compressed,
And she tugs at her dress.
just bring some white noise.
In between her red lips, press a cigarette. She burns to the atmosphere like UFO. So she stands beside me. She wanted you to know.
Yep, I think it's. I guess I keep saying it, but I think it's just. It is. It feels like it's pumping. It feels like the kick is kind of triggering whatever compress. It just kind of feels a little squashed. That's my feedback for right now.
Burns to the atmosphere like UFO. So she stands beside me. She wanted you to know. You don't gotta worry, 'cause we dance tonight.
Missing some toms here.
Just keep on moving
Yeah,
as the
white
music
noise.
grows and it'll be alright.
The vocal effect is kind of cool.
She likes to party, and I
Guitars sound good.
you know I got to get away, 'cause her love is too good. You burn through the atmosphere like UFO. And so she stands beside me. She thought that you should know.
Bass sounds pretty good. I feel like the snare drum could be louder, maybe kick a little bit. The guitars sound good though. It's not a bad balance, it's just a little squashed. I hear those chambers on the drums, that sounds cool. Cool mix, man. Yeah, it sounded cool. Yeah, like you said, it was just a little squashed. Trying to see if I have my mix around here somewhere. Maybe we'll go to that after we check out Vaclav's mix. But yeah, sounds good. So far, I think Giuseppe's is my favorite. I'll have to go back to that one. Let's check out Vaclav here. It was a good balance. Pretty good. I like the snare. Yeah, it was squashed. He knew it. He said it in his email. Some slapback on his voice, dude.
Don't you never come around to this neck of the wood. She plays her game and she tugs at a dress. In between her red lips, press a cigarette. Burn through the atmosphere like UFO. So
It sounds good. If I had to pick nits, it would be having the snare drum, the top snare drum louder, but it sounds good though. Cool effect. Little, kind of sounds like a telephone, but it also kind of sounds like he's like singing into a can or something. You sent a mix. Let me find that, man, because... Sorry, dude. Sorry, you guys. Probably just scared the shit out of all of you. Sorry. I'm throwing in Andre's mix. Sorry, dude. Yeah, this one got away from me. I gotta be honest. Like, I was importing mixes like 15 minutes before. I don't know, man. I have been off my game here. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Your mix was awesome. I remember this. So, I apologize, guys. This is what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of operating in burnout a little bit. I need to get my shit together. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this on YouTube, but I try to be transparent with you guys and, let you know when I'm struggling. It does feel like it's been a while. I don't know. It's like, that was weeks ago. No, but it wasn't. It was just earlier this week. So, yeah, you sent it on Wednesday. Last week. Okay, it was, wow, holy shit. Yeah, time flies, man. Yeah, we'll definitely check out Giuseppe's. There is a poll up. I'm probably gonna have to take that one down and put. I'll do that while I'm on it with you guys. Let's see. I'm just gonna get rid of the poll that's up there right now and add everyone's name into it. Just because there's only 5 mixes, so that's good. You guys can. You all got a chance. But right now, I think Giuseppe's man. This is. Let's see. No votes. Okay, good. Nobody's voted yet. So once this video is done, I'll put up the poll and I'm gonna put everybody in. Right now, my top mix is Giuseppe. Let's keep going on. Vaclav, I think. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry, man, if I'm just butchering your name.
Wanted you to know.
What's that, Andre? I like the delay.
She likes to party, and I would if I could. You got to
Guitars sound good.
her love is too good. Burning through the atmosphere like a UFO. So she stands beside me. Thought that you should know.
Toms sound good. Very nice. I feel like the bass could be a little bit more present. Even if it means maybe bringing the guitars down just like a dB or 2. Toms sound great. Hearing those chambers. Thanks, man. Ooh, yeah. That sounds good. I mean, I feel like I'm not here to nitpick people's mixes. I'm here to try to give constructive feedback. Yeah, it was a good mix. The drums were really punchy. Honestly, when I heard these raw tracks the first time, there was definitely songs where I felt like it wasn't the right snare drum in the recordings. It was just a little bit too like muffled or flat sounding. But yeah, and I had some trouble with it. So some of the songs I definitely used triggers on the snare drum. But overall, yeah, that's a good mix, Vaclav. Good balance. Yeah, man, that's a strong mix. So let's check out Andre's mix here. Let's see. Before I do that, I'm just gonna lower the volume. Just, there's nothing wrong with you guys sending me these mixes mastered, but I try to level match. See, I'm trying to go for like plus 15 here. You can send them to me however you want, but I just want to make sure, louder, people perceive louder is better. So, all right, I think that's close enough. Sounds good. I love the bass tone, man. Yeah. I blend in samples a lot. Here's some kind of delay thing going on in the vocals. It doesn't sound bad. I just wonder what's going on there. I especially heard it at the beginning of the verse. Sounds like it's on like the double or something. That was my saying pokey. I was gonna call it thwappy, but I don't think that's just you. Like when I had to mix this song, the original snare drum, whenever I did compression, it became very like thwap. There was just like, or pokey. That's a good term for it too. Like there was just like the thump was, I don't know. It felt like, yeah, it's on the double. That sounds cool, man. The delay on the double. There might be a little bit too much feedback on it, or just a little. It was just it's cool because I can hear it, but I don't know. What's the point of having effects if you can't hear them in the background? But yeah, the natural snare was just a little thwappy. So that's not you. I think that's just dealing with natural drums that aren't perfectly recorded. These are pretty damn good recorded drums, though. Let's see. It still sounds good, though, man. That's just me picking nits. Sound good. Uh-oh. toms spread out nice, man. That's great. I love that. I feel like the bass could be a little bit louder here, but that's picking mids. Sounds good though. Woo! I love these drum fills. Yeah, I mean that to me, honestly, I feel like that's the best mix I've heard so far. I'll play my mix. This is actually mastered. Let me turn it down. Sorry about that if I just destroyed you. Your mix was awesome, Andre. Man, that was beautiful. Actually, I'm going to download my mix and send it into the session, and I just want to hear them side by side. I mean, this thing's called Beat My Mix, so I kind of want to compare it. Thanks, Christian. Yeah, man, I love this song too. It's a great song. Honestly, if you guys check out the milestones, I'll give you my favorites. Have It All is a great song. Like, that was one we originally recorded in my parents' basement. There's recordings of that out there that sounded really good, but the Blackbird version definitely beats it. Yeah, dude, you nailed it, man. That's a great mix. I don't have much. I even looked at the email as I was downloading it, and it's like, yep, I didn't even have any critiques for you there. I think that's a great mix. Lady Morphine's an awesome song from the Milestones. Apple Tree. But yeah, UFO is one of my favorites. Ohio, Drugs Ain't Working, City of Soul. The first songs I ever recorded with the Milestones were City of Soul and Have It All. Next time I put out a Milestone song for you guys, I might do City of Soul and probably Have It All. Those are the ones that'll come up next. Please go and follow them on Spotify. Check them out, or wherever you listen to music. Go check that stuff out. If you can buy the record, I'm sure it's on iTunes. Buy it. Please, just support that band. They are awesome. They're some of my good friends. And I got to tell you, this song, UFO, I've gotten to play a couple shows with the Milestones. It's awesome to play. I really, I have a great time playing with them. Good music. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lady Morphine's a really cool song. They've got, they're one of my favorite local bands around here. Let's just bring down my mix so it's not going to kill you guys. I'm sorry if I've blown you away with volume. This was not mastered by me. So here's my mix. You guys should critique me because I don't know what to say about it. I feel like the guitars are a little harsh. Yeah. The left side one, maybe my ears are just becoming fried. Yeah, it's a cool bass line. It's fun to play on bass. She plays her games, and she turns out a dress. I put that guitar more up the middle. I think your toms really crushed mine, Andre. So she stands beside me, just wanted you to know. I kind of want to hear what you got going. Yeah. Your drums are much more clear. Not as, mine feel cloudy. Thanks, man. Yeah, I got the R bass on mine. Yeah, yours is very clean. Mine. That'd be cool, man. Instrumental covers. Taran, did you send me a mix of this song, man? Taran, I'm sorry, dude. I'm probably never pronouncing your name correctly. I'm just a stupid American. Um, yeah, instrumental covers, that would be fun. I have tracks. I have Yellow by Coldplay. I know that's not very fun or exciting, but I paid a drummer on Fiverr to do that, and I need to record the rest of that stuff. You tuned up the snare. Okay, that's interesting. Yours, I mean, yeah, I got the sub bass going, but yours is much cleaner in a good way. I got Mine is more bass driven, I think, low end bass. You sent me a mix, Tran. I'm sorry, man. Let me find it. Gosh. Yeah. I apologize, guys. I'm off my game. Let's just... Don't really care if you guys see my email stuff. Shadows. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, man. I will download that and import it into the session. It don't start playing. It almost started playing again. There it goes. All right. I will import that and I will check that out right now to run. Instrumental covers. What do you mean by that? You're saying do some instrumental covers? Let's see here. But yeah, Andre, man, you did a great mix, man. I mean, and Giuseppe, I mean, everybody, you guys did a good job. There wasn't any like terrible mix. To be honest with you, sometimes, like I have one of my best friends, Josh. I'm gonna get him on the live stream at some point because we write music together, and he knows me. He's known me since 8th grade or 7th grade even, and he'll watch the live stream and he can tell with my reactions. He just laughs at them because he knows what I'm thinking. But all right, let's check out Taran's mix here. Yeah, man, you crushed it, dude. I mean, the Milestones, they loved my mix, but I don't know. I feel like with Lady Morphine, I think there was people who, definitely did a better job mixing the song than I did. So, I mean, just to be honest, I'm going to play this for a second so I can just kind of see what level it is before okay, I turned it down too much. Trying to get it to 15. Oh, instrumental covers. Okay. All right, man. Yeah, so I mean, you guys let's see, instrumental covers. Throw a link in the chat and I'll put it in the description, man, so people can check your stuff out. All right, here we go. Here's your mix to run. Sounds good. The bass sounds good. Oops. Sorry. Flipping Pro Tools. Vocals sound good. Bass is nice, man. The only thing I'm hearing right now is the kick is a little bit, I don't want to call it weak, but it's not as present as I would like. And it feels like there's a lot of top end on the guitars. Like maybe a little too much. I don't don't know if it's like something above 2K, which that's a huge range. I want to say it's like 5. I don't know. Bass tone's good. Flubby? I don't know. The guitars might be a little hot. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just the kick's a little low. That's right there. It sounds pretty good. It could come up some. Yeah, the bass is nice. I can hear the toms. I wish the snare and the toms were louder, as well as the kick. Maybe the whole drum set. I mean, this is a guitar band, so it is, you know, I mean, like I've always heard Dave Grohl talk about like Nirvana. I don't know, maybe it's just because that's what he was playing. Nirvana, it was a drum-driven band, you know. Foo Fighters, that's more guitar-driven. I've always found it hard to make guitar-driven music. Like, I don't know where that balance comes, where it's like, you know, you can't have everything loud. But to me, I'd rather have a bigger drum set than the bigger guitars. But with this band, the guitars do need to be loud. There's definitely some like 2K or some top end that's a little too much. It's not a bad mix, man. Just needs a little bit more, like some snare drum, more drums, and maybe the guitar's down a hair. I don't know if it's just I've been listening now for, I don't know, 50 minutes or what. And somewhat loud. I keep turning down my headphones, turning them up and down. But when I have to turn stuff down, especially because of the top end, that's where I know there's some stuff going on that I don't like. You always thinking like the real world, what it would sound like or something like that. Let's see. So yeah, I mean that's the mixes I've got. I'm sorry that it took loading them in. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you should hear the Milestones live. They're loud. They are a loud band. And the guy that recorded drums on this, he beats the shit out of the drums. And I mean, in a good way. You know, sometimes you can choke out the drums if you play too hard, but he plays the drums hard, the kick, the snare, the toms, and he plays the cymbals light. Oh, you're welcome, man. Instrumental covers. Let's see. Let's see. I'll go to YouTube. Let's see if I can find it, man. Instrumental music. I don't know. If you leave me a link, man, I'd be willing to go and listen to some of it, even live. Yeah, shoot me a link, and either in maybe not this live stream, but maybe the next one. Yeah. So, all right, that's the mixes, guys. I feel like Andre is definitely there, Giuseppe. But I mean, yeah, he played the drums so well on this record. He's just a great drummer. And he recorded on one of my songs that I've been working on. And I hope to do some more songs with him. But anyway, so that is that for right now. I mean, I think Andre, I mean, I'd like to have you guys vote. I mean, the last time you guys voted and I didn't really use that, I had to I think it was with Dan, we picked the winner. So that's another thing where I kind of struggle with the format of how to do this. Sometimes it's really close. I think Andre's the clear winner here, man. I'm just going to say I think you won. I can still put up a poll and see and have everybody vote, but as far as I'm concerned, I think Andre won, man. If I have to pull up my mix and compare my mix to your mix, then I think, that's the winner. So, But as far as the going forward with Beat My Mix, I do have a song. I'm almost like it's on mix 4, and I'm very close to done with it. Um, and then, part of it is having stuff that I'm excited to like send to you guys, and not just completely rehashing stuff. You guys have mixed 2 of my songs now. I have a couple of bands, not a couple. I have some bands that we could throw out there. I think I'm gonna wait till June. So it's already May 20th. So the next one definitely won't come out till June. And then I got to think about what kind of videos to make here. Because honestly, I get burned out with YouTube, and I don't want to just waste my time. You're welcome, man. It was a great mix, Andre, man. So also I'll shoot you an email, but I want to do also Zach. I don't know if you're still around. Christian, yeah, man. Thanks for hopping in. Zach, if you're still around, we need to go over your mix. That was like 2 months ago at this point. I'm sorry, but I want to do some more podcasts with you guys just to like go over how you mixed it and everything. Andre, yeah, man. I definitely want, let's go over your mix, 'cause you crushed it, man. I want to do a screen share and, have you talk about how you mix this song, 'cause you did a great job. So yeah, I think in June it's going to be my song, which is called Abandoned Buildings. I'll show you guys. I've already probably showed you guys this song multiple times, but just to keep going here for a minute. And I've got a lot of new songs I'm writing here. I'll show you my latest mix of this song. I think the doubles are too loud. But I'm tweaking this, and I mean, it's basically done, and I just don't even know what I want to do with it. I mean, I think I should put out a song. Also, Dan from Dagger Red, he's got more music coming out. Actually, American Summer, that might already be out there. Yeah, dude, I can send you a Zoom call or a Zoom link, and we can share screens and stuff like that. But Dan I think he just put out American Summer. I played some guitar on that one. He mixed it. And then he's got like 4 other songs that are coming out. If you guys were into Out of the Shadows, he's putting out music like crazy. Then the next one, oh, that's okay. I mean, you don't have, I have my phone worked out. I have my phone going. Like, there's a thing called Cameo. I have a cracked, broken phone that the camera it's just the same as this phone, only this one's not cracked, but the camera's great. Like, if you have like an iPhone or whatever you have, it probably will work. But Cameo is cool for that. But you don't have to be on camera. If you want to, that's cool. So this is one of the songs I'm going to do next, and you guys have heard this a couple times, but I'm still figuring it out here. This was recorded in this room, guitars. The actual
Abandoned buildings speak to me.
drums were recorded in some random basement in Baltimore.
And tell me things I cannot see. Stories of love and loss. More heartache than I ever thought.
Hey man, Silver Wing Studios. Did you send me a mix? Yeah, we'll figure it out, Andre.
I see a road, it speaks of you. And all the times that we drove through. A time machine waits in my mind.
So the doubles are a little loud, but yeah, this is what was recorded in that dude's basement. I love these drums, man. And this is the Milestones drummer. This is in his basement, or the old Milestones drummer. He doesn't play with them anymore. You just heard a bad cut, but that's all right. I had to edit these songs together. Thanks, man. Trying to know I threw a trigger. Yeah, I do have a trigger. But there's the real snare. And it might be a little over compressed. That's the real kick. I love this trigger. This is an Easy Drummer 26 inch kick. Thanks, man. I do this Apollo vocal chain with the AKG. Let's see if it'll pop up. The BX20 or whatever. I love this reverb for my voice. This thing's pretty cool. But yeah, it's very ambient. I'm working on a new song. I don't know who's going to record drums for it. Like, to get with this dude, he's in like 6 bands because he's an awesome drummer. I'm sure that's crushing you guys with loudness. Let's see. I'll just turn down the master. This is going to be one of the Beat My Mix songs for sure. Thanks, man. Oh, Marcus. Hey, dude. You made a new... Okay. Silverwing Studios. So that's Marcus's YouTube channel, I guess, right? Check it out. Yeah, dude, this is a fun song to mix. So this will be the one for June, I think. And I'm not... Maybe I'll wait for you guys to mix it. I'm not going to... I don't want to make promises that I can't keep. But like Andre, if you beat the shit out of my mix, then maybe let's put out your mix. I don't want people's hopes to get up on that one. There will be a prize outside of that, but what I'll say with I'd love to put out a song that isn't, or I'd love to give you guys a song that isn't done or that hasn't been released and have you guys beat my mix. Like for UFO, Andre, I think you really beat my mix. It's easier when the only caveat is it's got to be close enough for me to be able to, like just like we're doing right now, give you feedback and make mix corrections. That's what happens when you have clients. You do a mix, and I've only had it happen once or twice where I sent somebody a mix and they were like, nope, it's done. That's great. Usually people nitpick the shit out of them, but, it's like, it's got to be close enough, or it's got to be better than the mix you're hearing right now. I want to do that. I really feel bad about falling down with Jason Harler. I mean, it wasn't just me. He has to agree to it. So if it's ever with a band and, it's not my music, then they've got to pick the mix and say, yeah, this is let's continue with it. But as far as like this song, I don't really plan on, I don't know when I'm going to release it. Maybe what we'll do is beat my mix in June, and then I'll put it out. You need like at least a month lead time for Spotify, which I could really give a shit about Spotify, but just to like do a proper lead up. So yeah, maybe once the mix is done. This mix is close to done. I mean, I feel like I kicked its ass pretty good, but maybe somebody can beat it. So I mean, legitimately, if you guys beat my mix on that one, then I can use that mix as long as we can do some mix corrections and everything. I think my doubles are too loud. But what I love about this song is it was recorded in a basement. Yeah, revisions are tough, man. My buddy CJ at the cabin, he'll send me some of the stuff that people are sending him. And I mean, one of his projects, one of the first projects he ever mixed, they beat the hell out of him for mix revisions. And I mean, it was his first time mixing a song. And I mean, honestly, he's gotten a lot better. He'll even tell you, it's like, man, I didn't do a very good job there. But mix revisions can be brutal. It can be real tough. So, but yeah. So the only thing I don't like about this mix right now, it sounds too doubled vocally.
times that we drove through. A time machine waits in my mind.
And my effects, whatever the Echo Boy is doing, this, like, if I was listening to one of your guys' mix, I'd probably say, you know, it's a little too slappy or something. But I haven't listened to this in a while.
It speaks of you.
This is always
And
fun.
all the times that we drove through. A time machine waits in my mind.
Yeah, we'll have to do revisions.
'Cause when I drive, I can't get by
I just don't like
without thinking about.
I don't know. You know, okay, here's something I struggle with is, thanks, man. What I struggle with is getting doubles in. And I mean, I went into these doubles and I tried to align them like completely. Like I went through, I cut out all the noise and all that stuff, but it's hard to add doubles to vocals and not have it sound doubled. Like I've heard some people will scoop out like a big section of EQ for the doubles, but I mean, some of it's just maybe barely having them in. But I struggle with that.
Road, it speaks of you.
Even on the milestones,
and all the times that we drove through,
I'd listen and could tell it was doubled, like too much.
A time machine waits in my mind.
Thank you.
'Cause when I drive, I can't get by.
I got soothed too. I don't know.
Without thinking about all the times
I don't know if I like it or
had.
not. I've never really used this plugin very
'Cause
much.
everywhere I go, it makes me sad.
I mean, it kind of feels like it tightens it up.
'Cause you're not here sitting next to me.
I'm trying to think about where I'm adding some saturation, because there's definitely some shit on the vocals. I guess it's tape Mellify from Arturia.
I see a road, it speaks of you.
I love tape Mellify. It's a great plugin. Let's see.
A time machine waits in my mind.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
when
just
I
tape
drive,
Mellify.
I can't get by.
There was some other stuff going on. Oh, one of the things I did in this song that I really, when I'm like on my game and we're almost done recording, like, I guess this is my version of ear candy, but the way I do ear candy for something like this is I took an SM57. I have a cable where I can plug it into my guitar amp or go through my pedals. So that's my Nord keyboard with tremolo and delay going into my guitar amp, and I put a mic on the guitar amp, and then I'm doing some wave stuff on it, panning and compression, and the compression I'm side chaining my vocal to it, so it's not getting in the way of my vocal as much. And then I sang into the guitar amp with an SM57. This stuff will sound embarrassing, but that's going through distortion pedals, and I did this stuff not to be perfect. I did it just to like add some shit to it, you know. Thanks, man. And I love getting just out of control delay. Some of the singing isn't good. I'm out of pitch. This is stuff I just put below. You can barely tell it's there. But yeah. I mean, you can do all of this with plugins and all that, but I think it's fun. This makes me commit to it. You know, like, I mean, I did like 7, as you guys can see, there's like 6 or 7 tracks of just me messing around with a guitar amp tone. What I want to do, the new song I'm writing, and since we're here, why don't I show you guys that? There's not really a lot of vocals on it. If you guys ever saw the TV show Chernobyl, the show starts with the line, "What's the cost of lies?" And I thought that was such a cool line. And so this song's called "The Cost of Lies." But what I'm thinking about doing with my Nord keyboard here, it's got Wurlitzer sounds and Rhodes, and it's got a right and a left output. And I mean, I've got a Fender Deluxe and a twin reverb, and I got this little mono price 5-watt amp. I'm gonna take the right side, send it to one guitar amp through some pedals, send the other one to the other guitar amp, and then I'm going to either mic like both, or I have to figure out what I'm going to do. I might just put a mic in the room and have one kind of close mic'd as well. But this song is, I'll show you. These are just scratch vocals. I'm reluctant to show the vocals, but this song, the other part of it is I'm going to record this with a real drummer. I hope to record it with John Love, but that dude's so busy. The dude from the Milestones. I might do that. The Electra from UAD. What's the Electra? I'll have to look at that. I saw their new keyboard. That thing looks awesome. But this is... I'll show you the vocals. These are not meant to be heard by the world, but they will be for the moment.
What's the cost of life?
And these are fake drums. They'll be... I'm going to record this with a real drummer.
What's the cost of life?
Oh, the keyboard. Yeah, I saw that. It sounded really good. Yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun to run everything. I'm excited about this solo. It's going to be fun. I enjoy running shit through the guitar. So that's just so basic, the drums, but there's going to be some big ass drum fills, and like this song is going to be pretty epic when it's done. I also recorded the birds at my house. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that was fun. Thanks, man. This is the Wurlitzer from Arturia, but I'm tempted to play with that Universal Audio plugin, the new Whirly or whatever that thing is, the Electra. But I don't know. That's what I've been working on. So I've been working on this song. So I started writing it 5/9. So it's been 11 days, and this is mostly what I've been working on. So when I come into this room, when, there's times where I should be making videos, I end up doing this instead. So I don't want to, I don't know. My YouTube channel it's going to have to serve my life and fit my life as far as like, consistency is important with YouTube, but my main mission is to make music and to try to make some like the best music I can, and to constantly be writing. That's one of the videos I want to make is going to be about being a producer, which I've never really thought of myself as a producer. But what is a music producer? And I mean, really, to me, a music producer is quality control. If you're overseeing a project, it's project management, it's overseeing. And I mean, I started out as a bass player, and then a guitar player. Like, I picked up guitar, I started singing. I started out with singing, but my first instrument was bass, and then I took on other roles, and we would record music, and I started learning how to record music. My buddy would mix that music. Me and him would do the same thing I'm doing with your guys' mixes, where and CJ from the cabin, he's sending me his mixes for feedback, and I'm saying, oh, whatever it is, the bass. You do, Andre. You become one without knowing. You kind of just start putting on different hats, and it's like, first I was a musician, then I started kind of learning recording a little bit, and then I got obsessed with it at one point when I had to, and before you know it, I was recording bands. That's cool. That's cool, man. You're talking about your SM7. Have to move closer to the mic to block out that ambient sound, but my vocals sound muddy. Do you have any tips for me? For vocal EQ, so you need a high pass filter. I'll just pull up Fad filter. I mean, I roll off. I do this with it until the vocals start to sound thin. I'll go back to the song. I'll go back to Abandoned Buildings. So yeah, just high pass filtering, and then a lot of times there's resonance in my experience in about 200 hertz, where that'll sound muffled, somewhere between 2 to 300 hertz. That's where you need to do a little dip. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be 2 or 3 dB, but I'll show you, at least with my voice. Everyone's voice is different. I mean, I don't recommend mixing with your eyes, but at some points, like being able to see what frequencies in your voice are building up.
Morning time.
Let's see here.
See the sun come up over the mountainside.
I wonder if this is my main vocal. Yeah.
Open fields off in the distance.
So this plugin's really cool.
What stories hide in
See
my
the
vision?
resonance here? Like, I'm probably already scooping.
Love and
Let's see what I'm doing with the Pro Q. Yep,
more heartache than I ever thought.
I'm right at 200 hertz, and then
Abandoned
at 370.
Speak to me
Let's see.
and tell me things I can't.
Let me see. Everything was going. I don't know. I have so many vocal tracks. It's hard to just focus
And more
on.
heartache than I ever thought.
It's going through buses and all this crap. I'm sorry, guys. It's too complicated. I think this was...
Feeling hopeful in the morning time.
my computer is not liking this. Let's see. Okay.
See the sun come up over the mountainside.
Like here, let's... This EQ's cool. So you can kind of...
What stories hide in my vision?
That's usually kind of what I do, somewhere in there. You just got to find where the resonance are and work from there with, I'll show you like a high pass filter, and I apologize if you already know this.
Feeling hopeful in
What I
the
do,
morning time.
I take the high pass till it sounds thin,
See the sun come up over the mountainside.
and then I roll it back.
Open fields off in the distance.
See, that's too thin, and then I roll it back.
What stories hide in my vision?
I wouldn't recommend, I mean, it's good to use like I enjoy using this plugin, but if I really want to take my eyes out of it and just use my ears, if you have Pro Tools, you can just use the 7-band, and if you hold Shift and Control, here's the high pass filter. Shift Control, go to the band. Here, there you go. I don't know how helpful that is.
See open fields off in the distance. What stories hide in my
You
vision?
can do it like this too. This is the... Or you can always go this way. Just sweep this way.
More heartache than I ever thought.
So, but yeah, I'm usually somewhere, I dip at about 200 hertz, somewhere in there. But if you can take a EQ and start sweeping around and just find those resonant frequencies, sometimes like 1K can be bad.
Feeling hopeful in the morning time.
That's where I get my nose. Use a side chain, SSL. Okay, you use SSL EQ. Well, and so you probably know how to use like a high pass filter and all that jazz. I mean, as far as EQ points go, pretty much 200 hertz. And then, I mean, if I had to like do it without even listening to it, I would maybe do like 80 hertz on the high pass filter. But you might even want to sweep around the mid frequencies. I mean, I've got an SSL style EQ.
Feeling hopeful in the...
I know. This is pretty specific. Let's see. Or what? Slate has an SSL EQ. Do you have you have like a, you said an SSL too. I'll just pull up the virtual mix rack and throw one of their SSLs in there.
Feeling hopeful in the morning time.
I haven't heard that one.
See the
intense.
sun come up over the mountainside.
Do like a narrow band.
See open fields off in the distance.
Like that sounds kind of like a cold.
What stories hide in my vision?
But yeah, man, I would just make a narrow band. I mean, that's one way to do it. I know nothing sounds good when you boost it like 18 dB. I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm a bigger fan of getting an EQ like the 7-band from Pro Tools or the Fab Filter, where you can just like push this button and just
see the sun come up over the mountainside.
And dynamic EQ is cool too, where you just right click on this guy, make it dynamic, and then it kind of acts as like a multi-band compressor.
Feeling hopeful in the morning time.
But yeah, I get that because I'm in a live room. If you crank up the like me talking, or if I do this, hey, you can hear that there's reverberations. I have treatment that I haven't put up in here yet. I gotta, oh yeah, that's the other thing too. What Andre's saying, like the closer you get to the mic, the more proximity, the more bassy, but it's also going to kind of be muddy. Like for this microphone, I'll sing back here. And I mean, you are going to get a little bit more ambience, especially if you're like compressing on the way in, but I'd say like 2 or 3 fingers away from the microphone. At the 2 fingers is the rule for a lot of things. The way I mic drums is 2 to 3 fingers. My buddy, we call it Tony 2 fingers. So that's one thing. Maybe having 2 to 3 fingers away from the microphone. This will get rid of some of that proximity effect. Yeah. It's for me though. When I'm singing, I enjoy when I'm singing out of my nose or my chest. I'm very nasal. I'm a nasal white guy. When I'm singing out of my nose, proximity effect. That's what it's called. The closer you are, the more bass is going to be in your voice, and that can become muddy. It kind of like for me, I like talking like this because I feel like a radio DJ. But for recording, there's a resonance around 200 hertz, which it's not good. So you got to find the distance, the right distance for your voice where it sounds natural. But I don't have a cloud lifter, so I need to sing close. I see. Okay. What interface do you have? Because one of the things I did, if it's a Focusrite, whatever, Focusrite Solo, this probably won't help that much, but this is a headphone box, and what I do is I plug the box into like if it's a Solo, I have a Solo, and I have a couple of videos where I'm using a Solo, and the monitor knob and the headphone knob they're the same thing. There's only one knob. It's an SSL2. Okay. I mean, my first tip would, unfortunately be, you got 62 dB of gain, and it's not enough, huh? Maybe get a headphone box where you can, set the headphones to, I don't know, like for me, I would set the headphone output to like noon, like 12 o'clock, and then I would use this guy to crank it up more so I don't have to because 62 dB of gain is a lot of gain. I mean, I know an SM7 is supposed to have a good bit, but like right now, I'm at 50 dB of gain. And I mean, I do have my channel up in the Apollo software, and there's no compression, no nothing going on. It should be loud enough. I think maybe you need something to kind of amplify your headphones in that case, or I don't know what headphones you're using, but I would definitely get a nice pair of headphones and maybe get one of these boxes and just crank up the headphones. Or if you're recording if you're recording straight in your DAW, 62 dB of gain should be more than enough. Just if you're just using faders, you're not using like software, like the Apollo software, or I don't know. You're saying you have an SSL2. Just turn up the fader in Pro Tools or whatever DAW you're using. That would be my advice. But there's a lot of ways to do it, or find a way to amplify your headphones. An MX40. Let's see what that looks like. But MX40. I mean, those should be, yeah, those are nice headphones. That should be more than enough. What is this thing called? This is the Behringer version of it. Behringer HA400 is what this thing is. And this thing's like $30. So it's not a, yeah, $35. So I would plug that in and try to get a little bit more headphone gain. You said you have an SSL2. That should have more than enough headphone juice. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's tough. I mean, if you got 62 dB of gain, you should be able to crank that stuff up. That's interesting. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, this Behringer thing, that's something. Also, this is great to have because then you can have multiple headphones, but this already comes with 2 headphone inputs. So this looks like a nice interface. I've never used one of these, but it looks pretty cool. And that's great that it has 62 dB of gain. That's a nice interface, man. But I don't know. Those are my, yeah, those are good headphones. So, yep. I mean, those are my suggestions. I don't think you need a cloud lifter with 62 dB of gain. That's a lot. Yeah, you could just add in post. Or just use your fader if you're actually monitoring in your DAW. And I guess it's on FL Studio. I've never really worked in FL Studio, but I would just turn up the fader. What you don't want to do is have it so hot that it's clipping. Like for me, when I'm really singing into this thing, part of the reason the gain is low is because if I put this up to 65, it's going to clip. Has two inputs, Christian. Yeah, I mean, the most important thing is getting a good level that isn't close to clipping. It depends on how intense you're singing and all that. For me, there's times where I'm yelling into this mic or screaming into this mic, so I have to watch my input. And then 2, well, this isn't relevant to you, but with the Apollo stuff, I have compressors on, but compressors don't help if I'm clipping the preamp. That's something I've kind of had to learn. But yeah, man, I would err on the side of not getting close to clipping and then either turning up your fader in FL Studio or cranking those headphones as high as you can. But 62 dB should be more than enough. That's a lot. So, let's see. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. It's really fun. This is what makes it worth it, is hanging out with you guys, answering questions, talking. So yeah, I guess it's Saturday. Let me come up with a plan here for, I'll say it's the 20th right now. So I think I will put out tracks for the email list on June 2nd. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And that is, yeah. So I think that's where I'm going to be for now. I don't want to, let's see, I hit 18 when I'm recording. Yeah, you can, I mean, if really, so you're hitting 18, negative 18. That's interesting with 62 dB of gain. That's hitting right at negative 18. That's more than, I mean, honestly, so you have the preamp all the way up at negative 18? Because that's kind of weird. I don't, yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll put up Abandoned Buildings, and I got to figure out how I want to release that song. Thanks, Marcus. Thanks, guys. Oh, it's at 85%. So you could also put up your preamp a little bit more, man. Like, as long as you're not clipping, you shouldn't be anywhere near clipping at negative 18. So I would just crank up the preamp until it gets too hot. That would be my advice. Yeah, I mean, like, negative 18 is the optimal spot. But in people, this is why the internet sucks, because people get in and say, oh, -18, you got to record at -18. As long as you're not clipping, it's fine. At least in my experience, you guys can roast me if you want. I don't know. But when I'm recording, oh, you get noise from your preamp at that point? Damn. Huh. I did hear in some channels that I feel like when I have looked into that SSL interface that it gets noisy. And I don't know if a cloud lifter will fix that. But, I mean, no matter what, I would say you need a cloud lifter. I mean, I know with the universal audio interfaces, they come with 65 dB of gain, not the actual Apollo ones, not the cheaper ones. Those are only like 56 dB of gain, but for the Apollo, that comes with 65, so you don't need. I never have a problem with having not enough, but I have a Focusrite Solo and I have a cloud lifter, and I don't really enjoy how that thing sounds. It's not terrible. You can make good recordings with that, clean recordings, but you definitely need a cloud lifter with the Solo. I don't know if you have Sweetwater where you are. Get rid of the hiss. Yeah, that's such a pain though, especially you got a $400 mic, you got a $250 interface. Thanks, Andre. Yeah, man, it's going to be cool. So yeah, I'll throw out those tracks on June 2nd. I need to write that down somewhere. And I don't know what prizes are going to be yet, but I will wait. We'll see if you guys can beat my mix. I think you definitely were right in the ballpark, Andre, for this song. But yeah, that sucks that you're getting hiss out of it, man. I don't know if you if you got it from Sweetwater, or you can talk to them. They're a great resource. If I ever have a question, I just call Sweetwater. Those guys, I almost worked at Sweetwater, believe it or not. I was close to them flying me, or I was gonna fly out there, and my wife's like, we're not moving to Indiana, so no dice on that one. But those guys are a great resource. Unfortunately, man, I don't know what you can do for hiss, especially when I feel like if you put the cloud lifter in, it'll just bring that hiss up. It's just going to bring up the noise that's already there. So it sucks that you might just need to get a different interface. I mean, I hate to say that, but that might be the solution. And you can get like an Apollo Solo, and those are cool too, just because you get, and I don't make any money from this. Universal Audio doesn't even talk to me. But you can use compression and plugins on the way in. So, all right, let's see. Is there anything else that I missed? I know I was in mid-sentence kind of, which is okay. That's why we're doing this, so you guys can ask questions and interact. Oh, from Portugal. You're welcome. You're welcome, man. Welcome from Portugal. I've been to Portugal. I went to a wedding there, so that's very cool. I'm not sure what music store it is in the UK, like Thoman or something like that. But yeah, man, unfortunately, you might just need to get a different interface, especially or here's another solution: get a condenser mic will pick up the room more, but maybe get a different vocal mic. But it feels like something in your chain is going to have to be replaced a little bit. So. You think it's that? So Andre's saying that it might just be that some parts are not working as expected, which is possible. So maybe, hopefully, if you bought it from a store, you just got it recently, you can let them know that hey, there's some hiss on this when I get it loud. So, but that's pretty much it. Anyway, yeah. Well, okay. I guess one thing I'll just end on that. When I started out, I was just a musician, and I went from musician to audio engineer to mixer, where I was recording and mixing other people's bands, and now it's gone to producing. Now I'm helping people produce their music, even if it's just as a consultant. And to me, you have to kind of become a full stack guy. You got to be able to write, record, all that stuff. but I didn't know where I was going. I just kind of did this stuff blindly, and now I'm here. I'm a songwriter. I'm a producer. All that stuff. Now, I'm making my living from my sound job, but I don't make a living from any of that stuff. So, let's see. There's some electronic parts still in the sound card. Yeah, man. I would call the store you got it from and talk to them about it, or you might have to talk to SSL and let them know that there's something going on here, and maybe they can either send you a new unit or I don't know what, or they need to fix it. But I think that's going to do it for today. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. It's been a lot of fun just going over these mixes, and congratulations to Andre, man. You did a great job. And Giuseppe, I mean, you did a good job with your mix. Everybody did a good job. They were pretty good mixes. There was only maybe one or two that were just a little bit out of balance. But overall, good mixes, guys. I really appreciate you showing up for this live stream and really just being a part of a community. It really makes it worth it to do this. If you guys weren't here, I probably wouldn't be doing this right now. So thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.